Hello there. So another figure I've got from the 50th Lucasfilm wave here from Walmart. This one came in today. I ordered two. I've only got one so far. So the other one will be coming pretty soon. But I have the now. The Princess Leia Endor. And so let's take a quick look at the card here. Nice look there. Kind of a teal green background. Kenner there. The figure itself on the card looks really good. This one, there was so much packing material that I crushed the bubble a little bit. It doesn't matter. I'm going to open it. I have big plans for this figure, actually, which I'll talk about in a minute. But let's finish looking at the card here. Pretty good image there. That was used on the vintage card back in the early 80s, towards the end of the Kenner line. And did not have this figure as a kid. It was getting to the point where I wasn't really getting a lot of action figures then, or the end of the line. But anyway, so here's the wave. So you have Princess Leia, the Paplu figure I'm waiting on. It's another part of my upcoming project for my collection room, and of course the ATSC driver, which I've already reviewed. And so there's the rest of the back of the card, all the legalese there. And so again, this is a great looking card for the figure. And so it says VC191. I'd rather bring that up there. So that'll be another one for the vintage collection there. I want to say that this, other than the photoreal face, this is a straight repack of the 2007 vintage 30th anniversary collection figures. In that wave, there were some good figures in that wave. I didn't pick that one. I don't remember picking this one up. Otherwise, I probably have it displayed on my Endor shelf already. But yeah, there was some good. There was the Hoth Snowtrooper, fantastic figure. They've been released in several different packs. There was Bosk. Bosk Bounty's not the only one who really likes Bosk. I mean, that was the second mail away figure I ever got as a kid, and I love that updated version. I've got a few of them. One on my Bounty Hunter display. I've got another one in my Jabba's Palace. I think I might have some somewhere else. I don't remember. I'd have to look around, but yeah, it's another great figure. There was a IG-80. The IG-88 from that wave is fantastic. I'm surprised they didn't. I mean, we do have an IG-11 coming out later this year, and that'll be really nice. But that IG-88 is just fantastic. It's another one on my Bounty Hunter shelf that looks really good. There was a Bespin Luke that was pretty good. The head, I mean, I think they've used the body since then. There was some minor updates, but it improved the head on it. And then there was the Hoth Han Solo in that wave. That was a pretty good wave in 2007. But for this one here, again, this is a great looking figure. I love how they do this I remember getting, when I was a kid, the Princess Leia in Bounty Hunter disguise, and they had, because that was like her and the Lando and Skiff Guard disguise. They came with removable helmets, and the helmet was in a separate part of the bubble. I love that they're doing that here as well. It's just a nice little homage to the vintage figures. And since I did not have this vintage figure, and I have to go look it up, they probably did the same thing with that one. I'm not 100% sure though, so don't quote me on that. But let me open this up, and we'll take a good closer look at the figure. All right, so I've gotten the Leia off the card here, and take a quick look. I mean, it's a really good looking figure. So a quick 360 here. Looking at this figure, it's basic for the most part. It is a repack from the 2007 figure. Not a big deal for me since I don't have that figure, and I kind of needed this figure for an upcoming project. But see, the helmet fits very well. comes off. I mean, the face on this is just amazing, and they really did a good job. I can't say enough good things about the photoreal deco they put on these figures. I mean, not 100% sure, but it looks like they may have upgraded the poncho. Like I said, I don't have anything to compare it to the previous figure other than some images I looked at online. Got a working holster for the blaster, but we can look at the articulation's the same. You got your ball socket or ball hinge, shoulders, and elbows. There is no wrist articulation, so it stops there. Not a deal breaker on this. So you've got the swivel hips, and you've got the ball socket or ball hinged knees and ankles. Works very well for this figure. And I forgot to say that's a ball socket head there. Like I see, I have a working holster here for her blaster, and let's see if she not really mess with this too much. Let's get in there. Yeah, she definitely holds it well. It's going to be good because my upcoming project is I'm going to use Paplu for this as well, and I've done a couple of quick eBay purchases for whoops, dropped my blaster, no big deal. I got a couple more Endor Rebel soldiers coming. What I'm going to do is I'm going to redesign my Endor shelf, and this was the catalyst for me thinking about doing this. If you look at the shelves in my room tour on that wall, I have like some famous ground battles. Like I have the Battle of Hoth. That's set up like kind of like an action scene. And then I also have from Phantom Menace, I have the ground battle on Naboo, and then another shelf that just has some TIE fighters on it. It just seemed to fit. I didn't have another really good major ground battle the figures and stuff to do that. But I have my Endor shelf, and it's really kind of set up. I have a bunch of stormtroopers on it, and they're all just kind of lined up like they're in like a formation. And then off to the side I have the Ewoks, and then I have the Han in trench coat. I have a Chewbacca and a couple of the Endor soldiers. And what I'm going to actually do is make it look more like a battle. I've got some ideas. It's going to be really tough to do, but I'm thinking of seeing if I can pull it off. But I'm going to have like Chewbacca pulling just more action, like pulling the ATST drivers out of the ATST, and then the one Ewok on a speeder bike, and just more of a battle going on than what I have up there now. And one of the things for this was I needed this Leia to be at the shield bunker while Han's trying to hot wire it with C-3PO standing there. And I'm trying to find, I'm going to probably use this battle damaged R2-D2 I've got from a previous there was a 2-pack that came, I think it was a Walmart thing. I'd have to look it up. I'll describe more about it when I do this, but I mean it's not quite accurate because it's the one where R2-D2 was shot by Vader in Star Wars in the back of the X-wing. Unless I can find something else that would work, but I need a battle damaged R2-D2 in there. So as Hound's trying to hot wire the door so they can get back in, so they can blow up the shield generator. So I have Leia. I'll have Leia down like on her there trying to cover him while he's working, and I needed a good layer for this. The only other Leia I have like this, I have the one for the Power of the Force 2. It came with the speeder bike. I mean, that's not really a good display piece. I mean, especially if you look at the face. I mean, that's back in the old joke was the monkey Leia phase, and then but I needed the speeder bike, and then also I got the Power of the Jedi General Leia, and that just wouldn't. I mean, there's no knee articulation, so I couldn't have her kneeling down like behind the side of the shield generator for cover. So while she's giving the covering fire, with this one I'll be able to do that, And so it's going to be a little more dynamic than what I've got now. And I think it'll be pretty interesting. Like I said, I picked up a couple more of the Ewoks for the fight, and some more Endor troopers to be up there. And so it'll be, make it a more dynamic display. But that's coming in an upcoming video, because I also have to upgrade all but one of my scout troopers up there, and I'm waiting for the rest of my Gaming Greats line order to come in for that, because I bought a few extra of the scout troopers from Jedi Fallen Order for that tab, so I can upgrade them, and that'll be a fun little project, and so that's going to be pretty neat. But anyway, back to this, our VC191 here. It's a really good figure. I mean, obviously the articulation is, 14-year-old standards, but I'm not really a deal breaker here. I mean, it's a really good look. I mean, the updated face on that is just amazing, and but again, it's going to be a really nice upgrade to my display there, especially with the project I've got going. And then I got just one more for this wave, and that'll be the Paplu figure. And so that should end this video. Thanks so much for watching, and if you are not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. Leave a like, leave a comment. Is this something, is this Leia something you want, or do you think the 2007 release is good enough? I mean, that's fine too. It's odd that they are not really counting those vintage figures from the vintage original trilogy collection, the saga collection, and 30th anniversary of those waves of figures in their finish the 90s, complete the 96 line. Granted, they kind of are with basically repacking those figures on new cards, but it'll be I don't know. The completionist is probably has to get it, but I don't know. If you're looking at getting this figure or not, I'd like to know. And what are your thoughts on it, if you've got one in hand already? And leave a comment below. I'd really like to hear your opinion. And until next time, may the Force be with you.
Remember, the Force will be with you always. The Force will be with you.